All right, welcome back everybody. Ryan here for Polar Fox Technologies. So I have the Skana Power dual-purpose lithium battery here that is standard in all of our AC APU systems and is also a full replacement if you're looking to get rid of your regular lead acid starting batteries, which you can go to from 4 of those to 2 of these if you're just wanting starting capabilities. Also, if you're running any other systems out there, you can replace your AGMs or lead acid batteries or other types of, say, lesser lithium batteries. It's a full replacement for those. So today I'm going to take the top off of this. I've got some studs to replace here. The studs in these are replaceable if you ever break one off. It comes with a 5-year warranty. So unlike a lot of other batteries, if you break the studs off, I mean, the battery is thrown away basically because you can't replace the studs. So I'm going to take the top of it off. I'm going to replace these studs, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you the inside of the battery. So start taking these caps off. First thing I do is make sure the battery is off. So I've already done that where you hold this down for about 30 seconds. It'll flash about 6 times, and then the light will just stay off. So the battery's powered down. I got a little special spanner wrench here. Loosen these up. So we're going to pull that off, lay it down on the ground here or on the table. So one of the features I really like about this battery is that you have a steel case, really reinforced hard plastic cover here. I've noticed with a lot of the other batteries we've used in the past, the plastic is a lot less durable. I mean, when you go to tighten them down to a point where I'm comfortable with the battery not moving around, they're actually kind of bowing in the center to get at that point. We haven't had any of those types of issues with this particular unit, so really durable case as well. So here's the inside of the battery. What you have is your BMS computer board here. The lithium cells, those are laser welded. I'm not going to take the computer board and everything out of it, but you can kind of see the blue inside there. So underneath this board, like I said, it contains 4 lithium cells. They're laser welded, and the reason that they're laser welded is they were built to withstand rough road conditions. They were actually tested for 2 years in Asia on rough road conditions. So, and the best way to do that is to laser weld the cells together so nothing can move around, nothing can break loose. And we've had questions before about replacing the cells. Now, like I said, they're laser welded together so you can't replace individual cells. Now there's other competitors out there that are offering, oh, you can replace the cells. I mean, unless there's going to be an issue with the cells or they're not able to hold up to those road conditions, you wouldn't need to replace the cells anyway. So with ours, it's a one-time deal. They're put in, it's done right, and made for the conditions out there you see on the road. There's 2 things that give this battery the ability to be able to start a truck. So the number one thing is the BMS. That's the battery management system. That's this board you see on top of the battery, and then the quality of the cells. So there's several different types, I believe about 10 different grades of lithium cells. Class A is going to be the best lithium cell. I mean, you drop to an A- and there is a huge gap between that. So our batteries use a Class A, top of the line, most expensive, the best cells you can get on the market. And the other thing is the BMS. So in order to be able to start, you have to have a management system that's able to handle that split-second high amperage draw. And just 99% of the batteries out there, they can't do it because they don't have the BMS technology. So the company that came up with this battery, they weren't a battery company in the beginning. They actually designed dashes and other components for trucks and vehicles out there. So they were able to come up with this technology in the BMS and pair it with the best cells to be able to give you that -40 to a positive 149 Fahrenheit operating ranges, and also the capability to safely start a truck with that 2-3 second large draw when you're actually starting your vehicle. Okay, so let's talk about cranking amps and cold cranking amp capacity. So the thing about these lithium batteries out here, so there's a lot of numbers out there on other companies and other sites. The thing you have to keep in mind is these batteries have a heater in them. So when it's really cold, it's going to activate the heater, warm the cells up. So in a way, your CCA numbers are somewhat irrelevant because you're going to heat the battery up. So it's not like an old, an AGM or a lead acid battery where if it's 20 degrees, negative 20, you're going to be starting from negative 20. So these are going to heat up the cells. So actually giving you a CCA number is somewhat irrelevant, but they're rated at 2400. So most of your lead acid batteries out there, they're going to be anywhere from 700 CCA if they're like a dual purpose lead acid battery, or your standard run-of-the-mill lead acid batteries, most of those are 925 CCA. So essentially, this is almost equivalent to 3 of those 925s in one battery. So we are very confident that we can replace, if you're just doing starting only in a day cab, or if you don't have an APU or an EPU on your truck and you don't need that capacity, we can essentially replace 4 of your heavy old lead acid batteries or AGMs with 2 of these batteries. I mean, and we've tested one battery starting the truck even when they've ran down to their 12% cutout, and they'll still crank a truck for about 60 seconds before they actually kick back off. So that's one battery drawn all the way down to the battery save mode or the sleep mode will start. But we just like to use 2 for redundancy, and that's the way we sell them if we're doing a straight out 4 to 2 battery replacement. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with the stud replacement here. Like I said, this is one of the first generation of batteries, and they had a different stud type. So the new studs that we have, you can actually replace the studs without taking the top of the battery off. So a lot more efficient design and a lot better design in my opinion. So I'll continue on with that, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, I'm going to torque everything down now. This is all in Newton meters. we're going to go to 2.5 Newton meters on this side. Then the other side here, go to 4. Okay, and now we're done inside the battery. I'm going to go ahead and reassemble. One thing I wanted to show you guys before I put this back on is the reinforcement inside of the battery top here. So like I said, there's a lot of other batteries out there on the market, and like I said, with the casing, I've not been impressed with. I mean, a lot of them, they bow in the middle when you tighten them down, and I mean, for something that's going down the road, you need a very durable case to protect, you know, what's inside the battery. Okay, make sure we're seated down there. So I'm going to run these down with the power ratchet here first, and then they'll torque to 3.5. Okay, now put our nuts back on. So again, if you needed to replace these, you would just have to take off these top nuts, spin it out, and put a new one in, which we keep a good supply of them here if they're ever needed. And I don't have a torque spec with these, given the way that these are tightened down, but just good and snug. Okay, and that is it. Okay, since we're finishing up the studs here, there is one point that I did want to bring up. What we've seen with some of our past batteries is these nuts here that are on a lot of batteries out there. The studs that we've seen break off have had this type of nut. So there's some type of correlation, whether they're being over tightened and bottoming out in the top, and then they get a little bit of heat and break off. These come with regular 3/8 coarse thread nuts. If you have a bolt bin in your shop or whatever, just a regular 3/8 coarse thread nut is fine. We do not recommend using these type of nuts with these batteries. So that's pretty much it. So we have this battery available on our website through our Polar Fox APU systems. Like I said, this is the standard battery that comes with it. We'll have the links for not only our website, but our partners' website as well. So you can check that out. We're setting up a few dealers across the country right now, looking for a few more if anybody else is interested in selling this product, and also selling and installing our AC systems as well, eAPU systems. So check all that out. All the information will be below. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell for the updates and like the video. See you next time.